Hey everyone, today we're going to be going over 3 ways to use the new cropping abilities in Premiere Pro with its new big update for 2026. Let's get started. So with the new big update for Premiere Pro, we're going to start with the masking an object tool, or if you want to be scientific, object mask tool. And what I do is you can hold down, left click on your mouse and select object mask. We're going to first duplicate this video by hold down Alt and then dragging up. I just drag it up another space above it. Then we're going to click on the object. This could be a person, a car, you name it, doesn't really matter. And you can mess with the settings in the effect controls, whether it be feather, opacity, expansion, whatever you want. For this example, I'm not going to do anything, but we're going to go back and we're going to hit the play button that's on the right side of the file option that it gives. This will use AI and your computer to auto track for you each frame so that you don't have to sit there for hours just to do a 10-second mask. So I'm going to click this and it's going to start. So with that being done, now I'm going to go back to this mask that it created and bring it all the way down to the opacity area. So it might not change anything at first, but now what I can do is I can put a text. Let's just say I'm going to put yoga just for example. I'm going to make it bigger, but now if you put the yoga text layer under the subject, which is the top now, it is behind the lady doing yoga, and I can just make this bigger. And I can do some effects if I wanted to move off the screen or pop on. And so if you hit play, it's very smooth playback. Also, it depends on what computer you're using or PC, but for mine, it's very easy. The old way you had to use After Effects and it just was really laggy. So now you can use different videos behind her, or you can use text, and it's very easy now with the new update. Now the second example with cropping has to do with highlighting a text or a sentence that you want to bring attention to. I just picked a very random news article I found online. I have no clue what this is about, but I'm going to show you how you can select text that you want to show to your viewers or something you want to bring attention to while you're talking in your video. So let's get started by going over to the rectangle tool on the left. And I'm going to zoom in just for this. And then I'm going to highlight the words train station. Now it's going to default to gray sometimes. I can change the color over here and make this whatever color I want. We have that highlighted, but you can't see the text. So I'm going to click again, the graphic, which is the rectangle. I'm going to scroll all the way down where it shows the blend mode, and I'm going to hit multiply. What it does is it brings out the dark colors and just puts it in the background. Now, different colors are just going to have different modes. Like if it was a different, like red or blue, it's going to look slightly off. So I like to use, when it's a white background, I use yellow. So I'm going to click this again. And one cool trick people like to do is animate it actually highlighting, not just pop onto the screen whenever you're reading. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in and we're going to start on the very edge of this text. And I'm going to click the graphic just to make sure it's on the left side. And we're going to go down to the mask tool. We're going to do the pen mask. Now, this is going to sound weird. I'm going to create a triangle. It's not going to be a triangle shape, but you'll see what I'm talking about. I call this the mask triangle. So I start the corner, and I zoom out with my mouse scroll wheel, and I just make a cone triangle shape like this. You want this shape to be big enough to house the shape in, like this if you go over. So like that. And then just again, we're going to bring over this pen mask and we're going to bring it down under opacity. That way we can see that now it hides the rectangle, but we want to invert this mask. So we're going to go back and we're going to hit invert, and it's going to show all this red. You don't have to have the red. You can go down here, hit none. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to start it inside the mask so it's hidden. Now I'm going to hit the stopwatch on position, and I'm going to go a couple seconds with the space bar. And then I'm going to go to where I want it to stop. So right there, I'm going to select on the effect controls. I'm going to right click and do ease in. Now if we go back, it starts somewhere, it's hidden because of the mask, and I hit play, it pops into where I want. This is just really effective to bring out any text or sentences that you want people to see that you're trying to hammer home. Now, if you really zoom in and I go and highlight the pen again, you can readjust the parameters. It's really that easy. Like sometimes I don't get it straight enough, or it's kind of out of whack and I have to redo it. And it's very easy to go back and fix your work. Now here's that again, just to make sure we have that. Great. Now for our third example, we're going to be still using this simple picture that I got offline, but we want to crop the image with the new cropping tool, but we want to make it a little fuzzy on the edges just to make a little artistic point of view that kind of mixes up from a straight cut image. So what I want to do is select the image. I'm going to go over to the left side and I'm going to hit the rectangle mask tool. I'm going to go over to my image in the project viewer. I'm going to select where I want to crop it. And what I like to do for this example is I'm going to turn on the red so I know where the cropping is happening. It's not going to be the outside, it's the inside. So we're going to go to the left effect controls, drag down the mask and go under opacity. And now that you can see, it crops the image, and we can resize this to the middle, whatever we want. Now, again, we're going to go back to the masks that we made, and I like to do is feather it. So it kind of blurs the edges. But if you see this, we can see the previous white border that I had with the article that we had before. So I'm going to zoom in the mask, if that makes any sense, by going to expansion under the rectangle mask. And we're going to minimize it so it goes inside the image. So now you can still see the city landscape. I'm guessing this is New York. I can't really remember. And we can now use that as a fuzzy image that you could put on your video when you're talking, or have something in the background that you don't see the straight edges. Sometimes a little artistic flair can mean something to someone. It's really pleasing to the eye, and you can still see the main subject of the image that you're trying to portray.